I am Scott, this is Rob. What do you think of our film, Rob?
The film, it was a good film. It sort of told a story. One aspect I didn't quite get is why you, who's in the music video, goes on a date with another dude and then rips up pictures of some girl.
Right, it's
and
not a
sets them
date,
on
it's just
fire.
my best friend.
Can you
In the
explain?
music video, not in real life.
Can you explain why?
Because he wanted to seem like... Because she didn't turn up to meet him. He was upset, so he called up his friend, who then agreed to meet him, and then he forgot about it because it was with his friend.
Right.
That's why.
So
It wasn't a date.
you ditched sexy girlfriend Joanna.
No, she never turned up, she ditched me.
Okay, so you got ditched, and then you went on a date with your best
It's
friend.
not a date. Meet up.
Okay.
Itself took a couple of times, a couple of hard days worth of shooting. The editing took a while too. We wish to use Vlogger to our advantage to captivate an audience and portray a certain way of thinking. This is one of my favourite shots personally because he was being awkward and asking questions about the stuff because he was vegan at the time. We made some nice guitar bits, more chips.
So, why did you choose your actors?
Well, I was the only one that knew the lyrics. We started off with Hal playing the bass guitar, but of course he just looked stupid with it because it's like the same size as him. We had Polsky on the guitar because he plays the guitar. Jake because Jake just always hangs around with us because he like thinks we're cool or something. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We just chose random actors who were available. But yeah, I was the main actor, had the lead role. This was a very clever bit of editing that I actually spent a lot of time doing.
Can you
So we have this here, and we wanted to it was kind of a boring shot in all honesty, and we just wanted something to make it a bit more interesting.
Can you tell me where you got the idea for that from?
Me.
Had you not seen that produced anywhere else before?
We'd seen kind of like flashes and black flashes to songs and stuff, but not really an overlay like that.
So, what type of videos inspired you to make?
I would definitely say pretty much most kind of like rock videos which kind of told a story, but we didn't want it to be too obvious. I mean, it does. All of it is based on the song by Josh Frampton. We didn't just randomly come up with a plot to go with the song. We followed the song, to come up with a plot about a guy who likes a girl, but she doesn't really like him back, hence the ditch.
So a classic love story, guy likes
kind
girl,
of a love, yeah.
and a guy gets rejected scenario.
Kind of like.
I'm Robert Rufus. I'm here getting interviewed about our guys' music video.
Yeah, and me and Scott are the ones that made the music video. Scott was behind the camera.
Well.
There you go.
I'm
So, having seen our music video, what would you say were some of your main interests or dislikable things about it?
my main interests in the film. I really like the epileptic kind of flashes with Scott's head in it. I feel like that could have been extended slightly, gone on for a little longer. I feel like that bit was over too fast. Also like the burning shot. What I didn't like so much is I don't feel like the story made absolute sense. Like there was definitely something going on,
Yeah.
but you can always see exactly where it was going, and then.
Well, what we found during production was that because of our inability to find various actors or actresses, which is what we really required for some of the filming, we needed a person to play the girlfriend. However, we couldn't find one, so it was sort of a instinctive last-minute decision to replace the female role with a male role, and therefore we have to change it up a little bit. But we do feel that the end result does reflect some of the obscurity that the lyrics sort of developed. So we're quite happy with it, but we definitely see how it could have been a little bit more obvious throughout. What would you say are your opinions of how we've represented women throughout ours? Because obviously the only representation we have is sexy girlfriend Joanna in the album.
So, the representation of women, I feel that it was kind of done well, considering there was no actual woman acting in it. So pretty much he gave across that this girl had more power just by essentially
Yeah.
not being in the actual video. Because by rejecting the main character, that this whole music video was formed throughout that concept that she was not there, and then, you know, he's been
Sort of developed
rejected,
around that. Yeah.
developed around that. So surprisingly, through having no representation of women, you've represented women extremely well.
Effectively.
Yeah, not saying that all women like, reject
Yeah, of
people,
course.
but
They mainly do.
it gives the woman a more powerful role than what you'd usually see.
UK, brilliant.
How do you feel that your song represents the writer of? Not song. How do you feel your music video represents the writer of the song?
Oh, well, the writer, Josh Frampton, he's the Against the Tide, who kindly allowed us to do his music for our music video. We only met him, me and the team, once or twice, and it was only for short periods of time. We did show him our storyboard, the original one, and he liked that as well, but unfortunately our final piece differs quite vastly from the original storyboard due to complications we've discussed. Whether or not we feel that it represents him in a personal thing, I feel it would be unfair to say it does, as we haven't really got a profile on his personality. However, we do feel it represents the message that he was definitely trying to get across, as in an interview with him, which unfortunately our team has lost, he goes through and he explains the various detailed parts of the song and its representation, its deeper meaning, which we've tried to bring across through our music video. As a rock song that we've chosen, it's a very indie rock album that we've taken from. Would you agree, after seeing the music video, that it fits into the niche indie rock music genre?
So I myself am not the greatest fan of the indie rock genre, but the bits which I have seen in the past, I feel that this fits very well into it. But I myself do not have the greatest knowledge in the rock music video genre.
Yeah,
but
of
what
course,
from what I've seen, it contains live performance, and some kind of, narrative, which I feel has actually been shown in your music video.
Okay, well, that's what we're aiming for. We, during our research and planning, we looked at various things such as heavy metal and some very light, soft rock from people like Alien Ant Farm, and we sort of devised a funky mixture of sort of live performance with a little bit of a ambiguous storyline. That's what we've tried to put across in our video.
Because I personally wanted to make a hip hop video, but really wasn't allowed.
Well, thank you very much for your interview.
I think you
Fuck
should
off.
check out the Broccoli Conglomerate. We're going to start making t-shirts if you're into broccoli, or stoned vegetables, or skateboarding,
Definitely check that out.
or music. We've opened up a music section with my boy Toffa Barnett, also known as Pussyfoot and Goose Snatcher, who has it's a really good song, Life in 3D Glasses. Go check it out. That's my boy. I'm out.
Make sure to check that out, and if you have